When idiots fuck up, we blame the idiots, right? That's why I blame kids for everything. Because kids are idiots. Now you might say, well, but it's not their fault they're idiots. But you'd be wrong. Idiocy is a fault. If you're an idiot, you're faulty, ergo your idiocy is your fault. Now you might counter this with, oh no, what it is, it's just, they just can't help being idiots. Well, yes they can. They can make mistakes and learn from them. Hence, if we don't blame them for their mistakes, they will never learn. I'm so sick of people saying that the kids are completely innocent and blameless and everything that goes wrong in the world is the fault of adults. Crap! Behind every cruel or insensitive or dangerous adult is a kid who didn't get an ass kicking when they deserved it. Oh, but and again, you might say, well, it's the parents' fault then. It's clearly the parents' fault for not disciplining the child. No, you're completely avoiding the issue. It's the child's fault for doing something for which it should be disciplined. Children, as soon as they learn to talk, they fall immediately in love with the words no, mine, I want, and it wasn't me. Everything that's wrong with human nature is alive and well in the mind of a child, without the softening dilution of social empathy. It's the same argument as guns don't kill people, people do. No, it turns out it's the object specifically designed to kill people. That's what kills people. Which brings me on to dogs. In particular, dogs that are specifically bred to kill. If you're not allowed to have a mongoose or a honey badger or a wolverine, why in God's name are you allowed to have a pack of pit bulls and Rottweilers? And it's not about training. You can't have a loaded shotgun in your porch and claim it's safe because it's not trained on anything. Whenever these killer dog owners see these dog maulings on the news, it's always the same reaction. It's, that's the owner's fault, man. It's a bad training. This is bad training. I've had a pit bull for years. They never hurt nobody. Right, good. I've had a yogurt pot full of smallpox in my fridge since the late 70s. Hasn't done anyone any harm. Then why do you have it? Why do you have an attack dog instead of a fish? Because you don't want a companion, you want a murder weapon. The free ride that dogs get in our society is absolutely scandalous. For one thing, they can piss wherever they like, and everyone just looks the other way. Whereas if I piss against a tree, I can get arrested for indecent exposure. Apparently my bladder should know better than a dog's bladder. And for another thing, they rape people. All the time. And everyone thinks it's funny. Oh, look, the dog's humping our child again. Oh, how adorable. It's cute because it doesn't know what it's doing. Yes, it does. It's humping you. There aren't many things a dog does understand, but, well, eating and humping is pretty much it. It doesn't understand consent. It doesn't even understand propagating the species. It's just getting its rocks off in your child's ear. But if a child tries to hump a dog, he's in and out of therapy for the rest of his life, and he'll never get to see his precious dog again. Well, you punish the child accordingly, but how about a proportionate response for the dog, yeah? I mean, sure, spay them, neuter them, maybe, I don't know, or selectively breed them over several hundred generations to be less dangerous and docile and stupid. Sure, maybe, or maybe just don't have a dog. If you have to deactivate several parts of the animal just so it can fit into human society, maybe it doesn't belong in human society in the first place. Check it out, I've got a beehive. Where's all the bees? Oh no, I can't be doing with bees. See, the difference between cats and dogs, well, one of the main differences between cats and dogs is cats only annoy their owners. Dogs only annoy everyone else. You see, cat owners don't really care if they themselves are annoyed. They kind of got an inferiority complex, and that's sad, but mostly harmless. Dog owners are the opposite. They have a superiority complex. They don't care who else is annoyed. I know you love your dog. I know you think it's your best friend, but to everyone else it's a noisy, smelly, ugly, murdering rapist who shits in the street. They should be banned. No, they should be... If your best friend is a dog, there's something fundamentally wrong with you. You're little better than someone whose best friend is a gun. If you prefer dogs to people, you're a loser and a dangerous traitor, and you should be banned. Now, a common response to this is, what about blind people? What about guide dogs? What are blind people supposed to do without guide dogs? Well, a person, perhaps. A guide person. There's plenty of human beings out there looking for work. Maybe we should stop outsourcing our care positions to other species. Plus, I've never known a guide person to accidentally walk someone into busy traffic because they were distracted by a squirrel. And what about the therapy animals? What about those helplessly autistic people who need some kind of animal because they can't develop human relationships? Well, maybe a fucking duck or a frog or a pigeon, anything but a pack-hunting carnivore. Maybe it's not such a good idea to take people who have a pathological mistrust of other people and give them access to notoriously unpredictable animals with big teeth, the voracious appetites for meat, and who don't give a flying fuck who they kill or what they shit on. And police dogs. Oh, yeah, great. Fucking awesome idea. Good for one thing, sniffing out drugs. Boy, I sure am glad we've got man-eating monsters roaming in the neighbourhood, keeping the streets safe from small amounts of medicinal herbs. That's a step in the right direction. No, there's no excuses. Whichever way you look at it, canines don't belong with humans. Wild dogs and wolves are amazing creatures, granted, but they're incredibly dangerous. Pedigree dogs are mostly harmless, but they're basically slaves, artificially mutated to serve or please humans. How pedigree breeders can call themselves dog lovers is twisted and ridiculous. Shoving mice up your ass doesn't make you a mouse lover. It makes you a sadist. Right? You don't love dogs. You love having obedient minions. And the graph is completely proportional. The more you want obedient minions, the more dangerous it is to let you have them. And we're in a recession, for God's sake. Why are we wasting all this money on feeding and sheltering killer teddy bears? Because that's what they are. Imaginary friends with sharp teeth. The teeth are real. The friendship isn't. You have them because you're afraid and you're repressing some stuff and you hate people. Well, join the club. Do something about it. Fucking grow up and chill out and get to know some human beings, perhaps. Take drugs. That usually helps.